Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. This episode was very perplexing because it wasn't awful, right? There's a lot of little pockets of good moments. Um, and we're going to start off with Sunny and Ava. The reason why we're starting off with Sunny and Ava is because, a lot of times when I go online, I go to social media, do my live streams. The one constant thing that I do sit there and see is people don't want Sunny with Ava. I'm not entirely sure why. The only thing that I can sit there and think of, right, is what Ava did to Morgan. Now, to be clear, Ava didn't kill Morgan, right? She didn't sit there and drive a stake through his heart or anything like that. But her actions was a contributing factor in his death, right? So I can see that as one possibility to be like, bro, seriously? Other than that, I don't really sit there and see what the problem is, but, the internet is the internet. So, Sonny's in disbelief. And, Ava's like, listen, we got, you gotta sit there and look at this two ways. Either somebody's holding something over his head, or he's there by choice. And she gives him a list of reasons of why, he needs to sit there and be prepared for the worst. And, Sonny, again, he's in disbelief. He's like, this can't be. We always were good and stuff like that. And of course, she talks about, well, the last time you saw him, it was some bit of tension and stuff. But maybe she's playing devil's advocate. I'm not too sure. At the end of the day, Sonny's like, listen, I trust him. Not completely, not 100%, but I trust him. Like, there's a reason why he's doing what he's doing. And towards the end, Sonny is thanking Ava and is saying, it's weird because it's like right now I feel like I have nobody I can trust. And, he kind of says without saying that he trusts Ava. He doesn't trust anyone else, says Dante. He trusts Ava. And that's, in a lot of ways, that makes sense. Yes, they have history, and it's not good. But they also do share a child. So at the end of the day, Ava is going to want Sonny alive, if nothing else, but for Avery, and vice versa. So it makes sense that he would trust her. So Rocco's a teenager. Just want to throw that out there. And I mean, to be honest, it makes sense. It really does. Rocco was not that young when we last saw him. And that's when Lulu was awake. They did sit there and mention her today. So I don't know if that means that the show may get a Lulu. I mean, my whole thing is like if they decide to bring in Lulu, either it's Emma, which she wasn't the worst, or they bring Julie back or anyone else. Just make her have a purpose. Make her story be good. And we'll follow it. But anyway, he's having a hard time. Him and Danny are arguing. Drew, after calling Carly, decides to call Laura. They talk. They bond a little bit. And Carly talks to Danny about how, he's like a reminder of Jason. And just his whole attitude, his whole stoic attitude, his patience and everything like that. Which is one of those things that's like, we got to sit there and see how that plays out. Because we saw Jason for years. So when she's sitting there making those comparisons, and Sam is sitting there making those comparisons, it's just one of those things where it's like, for me, it just kind of goes with my head because we haven't actually seen him do any of this stuff except for maybe today when he was a lot more patient with Danny. I mean, with Rocco. Because the whole risk taking thing, when Sam was like, oh, you're just like Jason, getting in trouble and stuff like that. I was like, he seems more just like a teenager. The vaping, the drinking, which was like once that we know of. Um, so I don't even really can fully sit there and say that that's Jason. Like that just seems like it's just typical teenage angst. Um, Jordan was there. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really understand what she was there for. Um, Long story short, Portia told everyone that he's out of surgery. He's still in critical condition, which just means that they're not going to kill him off. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I was wrestling with a title for tonight's live stream. But after the way it seemed like today, it was like, yeah, they're not going to kill him off. That dude just meant they're taking some time off, much well deserved time. Um, he ain't going nowhere. And Brooklyn and Chase have a talk about the dangers of being a cop. Brooklyn was not there talking to. Oh, they also talked about Nathan too. Just FYI, Portia and Jordan. But Brooklyn was not there talking to Jordan about being a cop and the danger and everything like that. And one thing that Jordan was not there saying was, you got to be honest. You got to be honest with them. Otherwise, this is not going to work. So exactly what wound up happening. Brooklyn and Chase, they talked about it, they worked it out, and that was pretty much about it. Because Chase was like, listen, you didn't sign up for this. So there was already a little bit of doubt. Probably a conversation they should have probably had a little bit before, but whatever. Anyway, they worked it out, so I guess it's kind of a non-issue until it becomes an issue. Now, the last scene is with Maxie, Spinelli, and John. So, Spinelli and Maxie are kind of in disbelief, and John comes to Spinelli's closet, because let's be honest, that's literally what it is. It is just a closet. Um, Unless it's one of those things where it's like that's his computer room that's separate from his apartment, which would still be kind of stupid, but whatever. Um, now that I think about it, it is almost kind of laughable that you have four people in that tiny ass space. Um, anyway, um, John wants the footage, and Spinelli's like, "Well, there's no footage because I erased it." At first, Maxie tries to play the whole, "Oh yeah, you and Mac and everything like that, and Robin, we're sort of like family, so we could just sit there and call this a misunderstanding." And John was like, "Yeah, no, 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 I'm still gonna sit there and take y'all both to jail." And so Spinelli decided to give him the backup footage because he was like, "I'm not gonna let Maxie go to jail for something that she got caught up in." And he gives John the password, which was Maxie. Spinelli's a genius, right? And he password protected this thing under the word Maxie. I know there was supposed to be some sort of cute moment there, but the logical side of me is just like, I think that might have been the stupidest thing that I've seen him do in a very long time. And I've seen him do some stupid stuff, but really? Anyway, now that John has the footage, which of course, my whole thing was like, eventually he was going to get the footage. So I don't understand why does Spinelli not think that eventually he was not going to get the footage. Now he is going to jail for a little bit. Who knows how long? Maybe the guy just, maybe Brad just wants to go on a break, or do the whole podcasting thing. I don't know, but he got the footage, so now he's going to go after Jason. Um, I'm very interested to sit there and see Carly and Sam's reaction when they find out that Jason's alive. And see how long they're going to sit there and take before Danny finds out. Because they're not going to just sit there and tell him. Anyway, I feel like that's about it. But I also feel like I might have missed a couple of things here and there. Um, Tomorrow's episode seems like it's going to be a little more better, so I'm very curious about that. I didn't think this episode was bad. I do think that Jace this year is on the right track. Um, and not just because they got Jason back. Yes, that was definitely a smart move to get him back. But I mean, just in general, it seems like General Hospital has been doing a lot better this year than whatever the hell that mess was last year. So even on an episode like this, which I can honestly sit there and tell people, if you didn't see it, you good. Um, I still think that GH is going on the right track. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I'll see you in the next video.